over spacecowboy2011 and TimLobo. And right off the bat, just a sword in the first chest. So one of the few times where it's actually good to go to escape right away, just get it over with. And that is what they'll be doing, although still really a good idea to do Houlihan and Keysanity, because money is a little bit rarer.
Yeah, we'll probably see that after they save and quit out of here, or they escape if they do it.
Unless they find flippers, then they can't do it easily.
Unless, yeah.
Which is why you start with it. I know some people even know as extreme as not open it in the first sanctuary chest in case it is flippers, but I would never go that extreme. I just take it as a sign to do some flipper stuff early.
Yeah, and they're both going to stay in the castle, go do the escape quick.
Yep. Space Cowboy farming up to see the other tree pull, so the two of them are magic.
Small magic, and then the big magic that was 4 enemies with damage.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens if they go for a 4 kill and check another tree pull. See what that third prize pack is.
Interesting technique for the guy. I learned that it's just easy enough to just slash him 3 times. Really quick. That works too. Now Keysanity is a little interesting. Is at Hyrule Castle. The final chest is not actually in logic until you find the Hyrule Castle key. And that is to prevent people from soft lock it if they go and check the path of escape with the key that they get from this next blue guard, which is it is a thing that I could never see anybody actually do, but I mean, I guess you have to protect people from themselves, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to save and quit out of that room a few times because I can't kill the guard. I had him go invincible after trying to kill him with bombs during stunlock. But yeah, I mean, I didn't have the key to save and quit out of there. Like, if you get the key, there's no reason you wouldn't go through that door, so...
Right.
I mean, unless you were trying to softlock yourself.
Well, you can't, because the developers put in, and there's a bid key to Thieves Town. That's a useful bid key. Because that's all you need to complete Thieves Town, other than the one chest in the basement.
Yeah. Small key only locks off the big chest itself.
There's some extra money, and TimLobo is not doing the Fate Flip. Or sorry, he's not doing Houlihan, and neither is Space Cowboy, so they might be short on money. And they're
see
already...
what happens. There's a lot of locations left to check. They could always get a 300 or 2. Or we'll see what that 4th prize pack is here, maybe. This is a good spot to check it for TimLobo if he wants to.
The crab just has no money, so that's unfortunate as well.
Yeah, it's always nice when he's got something good.
Just a bit heart on there, so it's not an Agonum Seed because of there, which in Keysanity is very rare. Just too many items required to get to that one item.
Well, there's a lot more potentially useful items that could be on that ledge, though, too. If it's a key, you could be in real trouble, especially if it's a big key.
Well, in Keysanity, there's actually a less... each spot has a smaller chance than in normal Randomizer to have a useful item, because there are so many garbage keys and so many garbage bid keys. And then there's all the maps and all the compasses that get added to the pool. So it actually makes normal spots have a smaller chance of having something useful. Like every Skullwood, every Mire key, one Usually one or
ice
two
cap.
pod keys, ice keys are useless. Really, the only dungeons where small keys are super useful is the swamp one, turtle rock, and pod. Because they actually lock things behind their small keys. Their small keys aren't just to make you dance around the dungeon when you're playing casually. Space Cowboy taking a risk by not going to go buy bombs with his money, but gets the Moon Pearl, but he's going to have to come back here, so he's going to lose a little bit of time there. Screen transitions take a very long time. Usually what I do when I don't have bombs from whatever I'm doing early is I go all the way down. As I go to this bomb shop, I go all the way to race game, and I check race game first, and then I go all the way back up through the village as if I came from the Haunted Grove. And that's just because
that makes
you
sense.
save a bunch of time. Because now Tim is going to have to go all the way back up, and then go all the way back down, and same with Space Cowboy. So like, they're both going to have to do a lot of extra movement in the village.
Surprise Space Cowboy making the checks in the well too without having the bomb for the bomb section in the back. I think after Blind's Hut you'd just go buy him already.
Yeah, but he's taking a risk. If you found the bombs there, then it would have saved him a little bit.
True, yeah. Missed the power glove there. TimLobo farming a bit more cash here, probably to pay off the bottle vendor while he's here.
Whoops. Yeah, both runners finding not too much. They have some basic items here, nothing major. The lamp probably means that Death Mountain is actually the next progression item.
Yeah, with the gloves too.
Yeah, the gloves and the lamp really calls to me that the seed is one of them to check Spectral Rock Cave, or possibly the Old Man. Every once in a while, the Old Man has progression himself. Usually he doesn't if the way you get to Death Mountain is through a sequence break or the flute.
Does open up back of escape and dark escape room as well.
If they find the Book of Medora as well, and then the Desert Bid Key, that actually opens up Desert. So that's not commonly an early place to check. In Keysanity, it's more often, actually. It's one of the few places that you kind of check more often because there isn't that 33% chance that you need boots to beat the dungeon. It's completely unnecessary otherwise. And Space Cowboy got enough bombs, so he's just going to check race game. He's not going to even worry about checking it down there, which if it was a good item would have lost him a little bit of time on movement. And we're seeing Tim now go and do the south part of Hyrule, which has got quite a few items. Got 6 right beside each other, pretty much. And then you can check a far out of the way item. And they don't have any money right now. Space Cowboy opted to pick up the optional map, which is interesting.
Maps are good knowledge early on. It's nice to have the knowledge, especially when you don't have any other knowledge yet. You haven't talked to Sarah Astrala. You don't have Dark World access to talk to the bomb shop dude.
Agreed. Agreed.
Big key to desert in the dam. I think you were onto something. We might be going to desert soon here.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that's huge actually. And small key to Ganon's Tower. Oh, see, those are even more. There's like 4 or 5 small keys to Ganon's Tower.
4 of them.
4 of them, just completely useless in because you actually don't need any small key to do like majority of it. You need 1 small key to access the right side, but other than that, if you know what you're doing, you can actually check all of GT with no small keys. In fact, the NMG route doesn't open up any chests for small keys. It can just walk all the way to Armos without any small keys. The right side is a trap in the normal Ganon's Tower. There's absolutely nothing there for you. I believe there is bombs, arrows, money, and a map on the right side, and there's 4 chests. GT is the source of the majority of the bad items in Randomizer.
See what the old man has for us here.
Yeah, this is I suppose Space Cowboy reading the seed in my opinion very well. Oh, TimLobo died to a crap, I'm guessing. That's a little frustrating. Let's say he's gonna go to Death Mountain as well, or Houlihan, one of the two, or Back of Escape, which he hasn't done.
Yeah, now would be a good time for Houlihan. You're still low on money and haven't found the flippers yet.
Yeah, no flippers, and also
although he hasn't done Back of Escape yet, so he's probably gonna do that too.
Yeah, that's most likely what he's doing. And nothing. Oh, what was in the cave? I didn't see. I missed it. Because Space Cowboy is going to get it.
He's going to get it, so we'll see what it is in a second. But that was a small key on top.
Oh, there's the flippers. Oh.
Small key on top of the rocks, so coming back for that.
TimLobo checking the Back of Escape. Good idea with his lamp. Not much found though for either runner. At least there's no major progression that they found, which is normal for Keysanity. It takes a little bit to find anything.
Yeah, they've got a few things, but nothing in combination that'll like get them to Dark World or anything yet. Not enough keys to do enough of a dungeon. Or into the dungeon they've got a key for. There's our Thieves Town small key in the Dark Escape.
Oh, bid key to Desert Palace for Space Cowboy now. And Eastern. The seed is really telling me that they should have done Houlihan. Space Cowboy won't be able to do it if he doesn't know how to do the other alternate one, which is bombing yourself into the escape hole. Okay, back to Sashrella's hut is some bombs, a map to Skull Woods, and bid 20s, so hopefully Eastern has something, or else they're going to have to do some flippering. The pod key count is also something you definitely want to keep an eye on. That's a pretty important dungeon in Keysanity.
Yep.
And into Eastern now, and we're finally gonna get to see what was over here. As long as he doesn't get hit. Ooh. These crabs are a little worrisome.
Yeah, they do 2 full hearts on green males, so coming up to Ice Red Cave at low health can be risky sometimes.
Yeah, it's just a kind of casual, natural deterrent to the it's a casual, natural deterrent to getting the ice rod early, even though it's something that you can do because Sestrella tells you to come up here. You can run to those crabs and then just be like, you know what? No, it's not worth it. Yeah, you're actually somewhat intended to have the ice rod very early on in casual play. Just have access to it, you know, just get to it, and it's not super useful, but technically if you have it before Land Mollusk, you can hit Land Mollusk with it. It's pretty hard to, and you wouldn't expect it to deal damage as a casual player, but I think somewhere in the game tells you that Land Mollusks are weak to ice, and if you've played literally any other Zelda after this, you'd kind of know that sand creatures are weak to ice in Zelda games. Ooh, and there's the key to Samaria. Okay, and going to do the dark rooms, which or dark rooms, yeah, 2 of them, which will be out of order, but with the sword, they're not. Oh no, actually is the lamps. They're totally in logic. Tim and Space Cowboy just kind of doing different things. Again, still absolutely no money. So even with Houlihan, we might have to farm if we don't get Dark World access soon. But we'll see what's on the ledge and in the waterfall.
Hookshot. And the red boom. So, that's an interesting bit of sequence break.
Oh,
Hookshot.
No? The Hookshot's not sequence broken.
Oh, right. No, yeah, he's got the flippers.
Yeah, so that means that Death Mountain is definitely where we want to go.
Powder on the ledge there. Looks like he's going to loop around and grab that real quick.
Yeah, still wish that they would do Houlihan. It's making me a little nervous. TimLobo not
the setup for getting the Houlihan once you've already got the flippers.
Yeah, that
because everybody knows the flipperless one.
Almost everyone, not everyone.
Well, not everyone, yeah, but it's a lot easier too. It's just
Space Cowboy taking movement advice a little bit too literally. Swimming is faster than walking on the shallow water, but only if you're going in a straight line uninterrupted. So like what he was doing there, like try to like move like left and right, staying in the water. That's a lot. So turning in the water is very, very slow. There's actually, I wish that somebody would make like a randomizer movement guide. Like just go over like every dungeon and every overworld screen and be like, this is how you move through this with different items. This is like efficient movement. It would be really useful to have that all timed out. But I'm also just like a stats guy who likes to have those little details figured out. Still on 5 hearts, which means Death Mountain a little annoying.
Yeah, a little dangerous.
Just the first part. The rest not as bad.
So we'll see what's up in East Death Mountain here. Mirror and hammer. In just the 2 chest room. We still got 5 more.
And yeah, we'll see. Oh, there's the ocarina. Doesn't open up too much. That I don't think it opens up anything. Oh, Castle Tower key. And it's multi-eternal rock. Okay, so we still can't enter. Huh, I guess we're gonna have to go check Spiral Cave. There's still no progression. The mirror gets access to Hera, but that's not too much. TimLobo's gonna have to. Interestingly, the logic and the items, both of those look like they are. Oh, sorry. Okay, and going down over here. No, you can't go this way. You need that. Oh, he has the hammer.
Yeah, you just got it in the cave
Whoops.
there.
Yeah, that's much better. Okay, never mind. They have Dark World Answers. I totally missed the hammer there. This is a weird seed, though. Just the way that it technically wants you. It wants you to go to Death Mountain early, and then it wants you to go back to Death Mountain after you get the hook shot from the flippers. So, kind of an interesting forced logic, and even the way that the seed is laid out with lack of money makes you do this anyway, because why would you fake flipper without money? I mean, I might have. I've fake flippered for those times. It doesn't take very long to check.
No, and sometimes it is a good 2 items to get and 1 item to check.
Oh, there's some money. That's good. And we don't have the Hera big key yet, but we do get a small key from here. And it is 2 Turtle Rock as well. It's a lot of Turtle Rock keys to get early.
I like that Space Cowboy went over to Tower Hair to check that before coming back and doing Spiral Cave, which dumps you down the mountain again.
Yep, that is correct way to do it, pretty much. Oh,
because it's kind of easy to fall into the trap of doing Spike Cave or Spiral Cave while you're there. You know, you might as well do it. But yeah, if you've got something else you can check, it's sometimes better to just take a second to go walk over there and do it.
And it was just a piece of heart anyway.
And now we can save and quit out of there. So let's see how long it takes TimLobo to take that hook shot to go back up the mountain to get at the east side.
He's gonna take a look at what's over here on the ledge. He's gonna find. I can't remember exactly what
it was. The powder.
Right. So that's a little bit for him checking this. He might not come back to this for a while.
Oh, he's gonna do this loop.
Yeah, right.
It's one of those ones that, I mean, some people might not. It's a nice safety item to have, but I mean, you're going to be back here again for Zora, so
this is good because they will get the hammer, or they have, or will get the hammer, which means that they can actually go and check the powder. With the mirror and the Thieves Dambiki, though, I would actually wait to do this because I would have gone to Dark World, then gone back. Then once I got like Skullwoods done and I got the Skullwoods check and I got Thieves Town done, etc., I would have came back here with the mirror, regardless of if I have the gloves or not, and then just like mirrored.
Yeah. Well, we do have access to the Thieves Town small key too, so they could full clear Thieves Town if they want to.
Oh wow, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I definitely would have avoided doing this until after I check these out, because it might give the gloves, and then you save a little bit of time. Again, just small optimizations and movement. That's actually where, like, it's not, like, yes, TGH and Annie and some of the really good runners can save some time with, like, their advanced like little what? Oh, Space Cowboy wants to check this stuff first. He doesn't want to go and check the. I always do the town first when it comes to Dark World, and loop around that way. Interesting. That's what I was saying.
That loop of having to go around into the forest is kind of irritating.
Yeah, without the power gloves, it's kind of weird to do this way. How many small keys do we have for pod? Only one, so interesting.
We have found 3 of the turtle rock keys, though. That's all we need for that.
Well, we still need. Well, all we need is the gold gloves, and then we can check most of Turtle Rock with those 3 keys, if we steal a key.
Yeah, with the key steal, of course. We need 3 keys to be able to complete the dungeon. See what Hype KB has here for us. Another key to pod.
And the flute or ocarina for TimLobo now. Now that he's done all this stuff, gonna try to do this bomb jump, see if he gets it. It does save a little bit of time. So back what I was talking about with like good runners, the time that people actually save is in movement. That's where those runners actually save all of their time. Like the top runners, like Ben.
Tower of Hera and Swamp for 5 and 6 crystals there.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, people need to work on like their movement first and foremost, honestly. Oh, and TimLobo doing the opposite of what Space Cowboy did. He's gonna jump down here.
Maybe
Space
he's not
Cowboy,
thinking of going to Tower of Hera yet.
maybe. Some people will leave that until the very end. Because if it's a crystal, then you do it kind of like the same way you do Turtle Rock.
Right, yeah. Yeah, it is a nicer one to leave behind, and it is only 2 chests they can get at right now, so I could also understand putting off the Tower of Hera dip. I didn't get the knowledge yet. It was just Space Cowboy that got that. So he doesn't know that's a crystal yet either. Stumped with the bomb bag upgrade. Oh. Looks like TimLobo is gonna go back up the mountain. Which, yeah, as you were saying, those little routing efficiencies will
Yeah,
gain or lose you a whole bunch of time.
not even just the routing efficiencies. A lot of the times, just like individual room movement is a big deal. Oh, just a single rupee, it looks like, based on how the game moved there and how he avoided it and left. And Lobo walking back up here to do Hera.
Space Cowboy probably gonna make the Pyramid Quakefish check, I would guess. Because he did all he could head towards the village. Yeah, he's heading in this direction. Unless he's going into pod. I doubt it though.
Pod would
Really
be
enough keys or the bow to get through either side yet.
Yeah, you definitely want to avoid it as long as possible without the bow because you can save that extra key.
Yeah.
You can complete
Saving
with
that key
4.
is huge.
Yeah, you can complete with 4 if you know all of the tricks. And you can save 5 by just doing the longer route. You can save you can complete the dungeon with 5 otherwise. Of course, there is still. Oh, is that just a small key? Yeah.
Yeah, small key on pyramid here. Ice.
So even though some of these small keys are useless, it is nice to know what small keys you have in case you need to check, in case you need to check something. The big ones to check are usually... Oh, Space Cowboy hasn't actually done
Oh, we got
half
the
of the state.
spectacle rock key. Use a small key to Ganon's tower.
I thought he'd do a castle tower, but oh, you know what? We don't have the items to do castle tower.
Yeah, not yet. Still need a cape or a second sword. Oh, I guess Space Cowboy also got that key. I must have missed that.
Okay, and with Tim doing the same, did not realize how many people did this side first. I always thought people would do, especially after getting your flute turned on. I thought you'd go and do this full first and then loop all the way around. I don't know. I've never seen multiple people prefer to start this way.
I don't know. I've seen more than a few seeds recently have something important on pyramids, so I don't know. Maybe people are getting the idea that pyramids a good thing to check early as soon as you can get that dark world access. I don't think Space Cowboy went all the way up to Quakefish, so we'll see how much health TimLobo has when he gets out of this pyramid area.
Yeah,
He did only have half a heart when he got to the item there, so he may have just saved him quite out of there without even trying and risking the death animation.
Yeah, he went to go do the castle tower stuff, which isn't which TimLobo, or sorry, the Hyrule Castle basement, which Tim's already done.
Small key to the Dark Palace in the chest game. And a small key to Dark Palace in the Bombable Hut. Village Outcast has everything, well, Dark Palace related, anyways.
Okay, and now we're gonna get to. Oh no, he's just filling up his bottles. Interesting to do that this early. Okay, and with our first sugar to Thieves Town, we will get to, which is very rare, check all the chests here. There are 8. There's quite a bit here.
Yeah, he does have everything he needs to full clear this, so he'll probably take care of that. No reason not to. It's a fairly safe dungeon.
Now, it might be a pendant, but that's okay.
Yeah, at this point, we're still looking for that knowledge, so you're getting 8 items out of the deal. You're going to be able to full clear it, so you won't have to come back for anything, which is a nice load off your mind.
Yep, lost race. Lost the weekly because I forgot the chest down there existed and was like, where is this item I need? And no, it was just completely left my mind.
So nothing big in here yet.
Quite a slow-moving seed, honestly.
Oh, Tim just died. Was that intentional or?
I'm not sure.
Did he get to Quakefish or not? I missed it. I was distracted watching the.
I
It's
actually
down.
didn't catch it, but it looks like he didn't if he's going back. Yeah, I was looking at Space Cowboy as well.
Hmm. Oh, Catfish had 20 apparently. So where is he going then? Is he gonna take the hook shot across? Yeah, he's getting the hook shot out.
Yeah, that's a bit slower.
Maybe he wants to get the desert ledge on the way and then just kind of do that in
Well,
one swoop that way. 'Cause you can go into the north or into Skullwoods.
yeah, it's true. But it's
Skullwoods way.
definitely faster to go to Stallwoods, roundabout way, just Stallwoods, leave, come back to the east town. Because this is a pretty long walk. You also can't hook onto that guy because that's a fake rock.
Yep, can't pull yourself to enemies.
And can't even pull yourself to pots that have enemies in them.
That too, those ones that are hiding the bunny changer things under them. Can't hook to those usually. There's one in Thieves
Oh,
Town.
there's the Master Sword. So that opens up the chest in Castle Tower.
Or was that in the chest in the cell there?
That is correct. You'd think that, Oh!
Titan
That's
Mitson.
vanilla!
Vanilla, yep.
Wow, completely vanilla. Wow, that's rare in Keysanity. Holy crap. That's a big find. That's really big.
Yep.
Big if true.
And did all that sword hype. I think I missed what was on Graveyard Ledge from TimLobo there.
I'm pretty sure it was nothing.
Oh, Graveyard Ledge has a sword too, huh? Interesting.
Oh. Yeah, that is very interesting. Well, so tempered readily available early.
Yep.
And nothing on that ledge. Oh yeah, gonna go check Star Woods.
See how long it takes Space Cowboy to get his tempered from that Graveyard Ledge. TimLobo's probably going to head into Thieves Town and get his pretty quick, but it may be a while before Space Cowboy routes that, and especially with the Titan Smiths opening up so much more now.
Doing the slow hammers here.
Yeah, unfortunately no boots to make this less painful. Nothing too big in the first half of Skullwoods yet.
So since Space Cowboy already checked everything, I don't know why he's not just mirroring and fluting to 7. Oh, unless he's got something else he wants to check.
Yeah, I don't know where he's taking this.
Oh.
No, I realize, I guess. Oh, he's probably moving his portal back there so he can float back there and get back to the Dark World.
Oh, maybe.
Ooh,
Oh!
big chest.
Big Key to
Or
Misery
big
Mire. That's actually very useful. That gives him access to completed Mire once he finds the thing required for it.
Huh?
Yeah. Is he checking Ledge? Is that what he's doing right now? Yep. So he will get that extra sword.
Yeah, that is pretty good reason to leave that portal there. I don't think he's dipped into Skull Woods yet either, though, so probably loop back around and do that maybe too.
Well, he hasn't even done the small key. He has a big key because he did all of the. He already did Sea House, but without any small keys, it means that nothing in there is really in logic. Just the way that it works. You need like all the Skullwood keys for the Skullwood items to be like the stuff that you need. So sometimes you can read into the seed like that and realize, oh, I don't have any keys here. There's probably nothing in there, and if there is, it's like probably not very important. But that you can also read too much into that kind of thing.
Looks like Space Cowboy's gonna head off to Quakefish. A little short on money still. We didn't get a Zora check in yet. Even though they've got the mirror to make this routing easy.
And he's gonna float away now. I would do well. I would check the Mire area right now. Yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah, pretty good density of items down there.
Wait, TimLobo only now activated his flute? That's very interesting.
Yeah, that... Huh.
That's usually the very, very first thing you do.
After you get it, yeah. I mean, after you wrap up on Death Mountain there, it would make sense that that would be one of the things you do. But apparently he went... What did he do? I guess he went straight back into the Dark World, I guess so?
Okay, Desert Bit Key. Let's go.
Just going straight into the back half.
Nope, that's not the key.
Would wouldn't take the 20 from Quakefish, but he'll double back for that big 20 from the Popo.
And doing Lamoas now. Oh yeah, and he doesn't have any good weapons for it, other than having Tempered. Which is decent.
Tempered does alright. 2 spins will do it, but you only really get one of those per hit. Maybe you can get a spin and slash if you're lucky. Fighter shield.
And a crystal. So with the current items, swap is... Oh, we don't have the small. How... Shit. I don't know where to go from here. I guess the my area, which we haven't checked. That's honestly the best point to check. And the stuff in here.
Yeah,
we
check
don't have
out
the
the rest
small
of the
piece.
desert. He'll be able... well, did we see what was on the desert ledge yet? Or did you...
It was just a compass.
Okay.
Oh, red mail. Nice.
Mystery picked up his blue, but... just some money on the torch that he can't get at, but he could really use that money right now.
Sora could still have something. TimLobo23 sending him to powder a fairy. There was a time when powder was part of the world where powder was used by even the top right. In fact, most people still use powder in NMG runs all the way up until they're in like the 1-2x category of runners. Like the powder is just such a quick thing to grab in NMG. It takes like I think 30 seconds, 30 or 40 seconds, and it could just completely save your run.
Yeah, it is a very valuable safety that, yeah, it's really nice to have, especially in Keysanity, where you may end up under-equipped for some stuff.
Right. Oh,
Model
not
with
getting
blue
the
goo and
blue.
check.
Wow, not getting the free blue goo. That's ballsy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting choice there.
Heck, speaking of NMG runners, I think that if you could get free blue goo for like 5 seconds of your time, you would totally fit that up.
Yeah, it does not take long to get out your mirror and mash through those blocks. And
Hey, what? One blue goo would like allow you to like. I'm sure there's somewhere where you could like YOLO strat a boss and like just pop your blue goo.
Base tank it.
TimLobo not playing it safe with the sword beams. I would have just gone to the other side of the room. But he gets it done. Good fight. Huh. Going to pod. With 4 keys, no, you're gonna need to know how to do the, oh! Is he not done anything here? Wow. Good thing there's nothing here.
I missed what that small key was, too, on blind.
I don't remember it being important. It might have been pod, though. Oh, Mr. Mario. Yeah, useless. It was either useless or pod. I knew that. Oh, he picked it up by accident.
No, he
Oh.
bounced off the wall and came back to get him.
It's like, no, don't want it.
You win the prize of losing 3 seconds in this hold-up animation. Oh, he is going into pod.
I like it. With what he currently has.
Big key to Hera.
Okay, so Space Cowboy gonna continue in here. Now, with only 3 more keys, he can check pretty much everything if he does a bomb jump. But then he'll need 1 more small key to get to Helmasaur. So as long as he knows the bomb jump, he's good. If he doesn't, he'll have to make a choice.
Did he find one of those keys in pod, or did he find a 5th key somewhere else that I missed? Okay, was it in that first room they usually mirror out of? Gonna see what's on Bombo's tablet here, I guess.
Oh, whoops, be muted. I think it's possible to, with that vanilla bow. Yeah, we can't see what's on Bombo's. He's just using this as a quick teleport.
Oh,
here.
right, yeah, okay. And just noticed he didn't have the book yet.
I think the seed can soft lock. Oh, what was that? Was that silt? No.
Ice Rod, I believe.
Oh, that's nice. So, I think with the bow there, it might be possible to soft... Maybe not. No, I think bow at... Oh, no. Bow in pod now is never a soft lock. It used to be. This is a very weird pod, though. The scene is, I think, actually very linear. Because, like, TimLobo will just be constantly behind. But he also has already done Eastern, which is a small thing. But Space Cowboy won't have to double dip it, so...
Yeah, there's a double dip TimLobo could have avoided if he put that off.
Also, movement tip, if you check Adenum, unless you are going to walk into desert from there, it is faster to save and quit than flute to 7. Like flute to your house or to the old man cave. Or sorry, save and quit to either of those 2 locations. Leave. Because that walk to that cave is very long, actually. I wonder which runner is going to check Death Mountain first.
Dark Death Mountain? Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Well, oh, wow. Tons of money in pot. Holy crap. $600. Wow.
Yeah, and that east side behind the bow.
Wait, where are you going? No, do Eastern. Oh, he does have the big key. Never mind. Yeah, good idea.
Zero. He used all his keys. He's gonna have to find that 6th key to be able to clear the boss later.
That's a little awkward.
Because yeah, he didn't do the hammer. Yep, he went into the dark maze through the door there. Just realized. So he got everything he could get out of Pod so far, but yeah, burned up all his keys doing it.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Space Cowboy is on the right path right now, doing Hera and then Dark Death Mountain. Still no medallions, and we need at least one. Oh no, we need both. We know where everything is.
TimLobo gonna take that for you, Blue Goo.
I agree with that 100%.
So let's see, what haven't we seen here yet? I don't think we've been up into Aghanim's tower. There's one item we can get in there, I think. No, 2. We got one of the keys, so. There's Dark East Death Mountain.
Yeah, Dark East Death Mountain is a pretty good treasure trove for them.
I don't think we've seen the Mirror Cave, South Grove, Cave 45 yet.
We did, yes. It was a big key to Misery Mire.
Oh, that's where that was. No, Misery Mire big key was in Gary's chest.
Oh, maybe it was nothing then. But it's yeah, we're oh, okay, so now he's got his red crystal. Swamp Palace is the next. Swamp Palace small key would be a big deal. Hey. So with both the runners holding in a new crystal, we'll see where they go next. If Tim keeps copying Space Cowboy, still no small key, no medallions. When we might need 2, possibly only 1.
Let's see what our second one is here, I guess. Real quick, Space Cowboy's heading up to Turtle Rock. Another Bombos.
That's useful. That's only 1 that's needed, and that can also complete Ice Palace, so...
Yeah, we haven't seen the Fire Rod yet, so finding that Bombos medallion is extra useful at this point. 3 dungeons unlocked with that. TimLobo heading to East Death Mountain. I assume gonna check out the dark side. Space Cowboy with nothing in the Super Bunny Cave. What's Hook Shark you got? Ooh, getting the business from the jelly.
Silly jelly. Oh, just a heart, and then a 20. And there it is! Wow, go straight to Death Mountain.
So that makes Mire full clearable. Ice Palace clearable minus the big chest.
Oh, not going there. What? Oh, he doesn't have Kane. Where was Kane?
We saw that really early, and I didn't write down where that was. In Eastern, that makes sense.
Oh, dang. That might be a required double dip. But at least you didn't do Mire. Oh, he can't complete it. Oh, this is very bad for Space Cowboy. And very good for TimLobo.
Oh yeah, he can't do... yep, this is actually pretty big for TimLobo. I mean, he's... No, he doesn't really need the bow. He could go do Turtle Rock right now if he wanted, I think. Does he have all three of those keys?
Ooh, doesn't get a fairy.
Nothing in Spike Cave. Too bad he burned his blue goo for that.
Yeah. That's fine. He's already bought one.
Fourth key to Turtle Rock.
Wow. And Eastern, he needs to get to Eastern. Hopefully the Eastern Palace big key's here, which would send him there, but if not, he's just gonna have to check it. Hey, Space Cowboy activating the long cutscene. TimLobo is following behind him, and this is actually going to be much more useful for him.
Yeah, he'll be actually able to full clear this with a cane in hand.
It's going to be unfortunate he has to double dip this. Although it's not the longest double dip. Oh, big key to Ice Palace.
That makes that fully clearable. Oh, I missed that other crystal reveal. Apparently we've got full map knowledge.
TimLobo, we're gonna see what's on the boss here. Unless he doesn't have that bit key, which he does. Space Cowboy gonna go get the blue goo. See, would have saved you time there if you picked up the other one.
He does have money for Zora. Okay, he's flying the 8. Maybe he's gonna take the whirlpool here.
Or go into ice with that ice bit key.
He could be going to ice too. Yeah, I guess he's going to ice. Maybe he hit up Zora on his way out. I don't know. But he is the first one to get Zora money, and by a wide margin. Found all that money in pod.
That pod play was really good, except for him floating away from Eastern, which would have made a lot of sense to do Eastern, but he doesn't, so that's fine. Oh!
Boots in the first chest of ice.
Nice. That's really good. Although again, the longer he delays Eastern, the worse this is off. Hey, and gonna see if he does the bomb jump or not. Yeah, he's setting up for it. No, not. He wasn't far back. He wasn't low enough, I don't think.
No, he was too low.
There he goes. Okay, so now we've got TimLobo gonna finish up Buyer here. We're gonna see Space Cowboy grab these 3 items here, which are very easily accessible if you have an Ice Palace small key. And a small key to Desert Palace. That unlocks the 2 items on the right side of Desert. And just 5. TimLobo doing the safe strat. Oh. So that doing it the way he's doing, he's gonna take damage and it's gonna take him longer. It's just, there's a way to just damage boost through this. It's a really good strat that a lot of runners should learn. because it can be done very consistently, and you will never ever get hit if you do it. Or at least I believe it's like a very, very low chance of you getting hit while doing it if you do it correctly. Oh, it gets hit by the lightning.
Gonna leave you for safety.
The WQ's Vitreous strat is not too hard to learn, and it lets you like sometimes zero cycle Vitreous.
There's our 6th pod key in the ice key or ice palace big chest. TimLobo downing Biddy for the ice rod.
Even the fire rod.
Or, yeah, fire rod, sorry.
Wow, that's yeah, that Kane of Samaria in Eastern. That's the key to the seed, I think.
Yeah, I think it's what it's gonna turn out to be here. Because that whole extra dip into Misery Mire is not going to help too much. Although he did need that key in Ice Palace, so he did need to come here. Did get his boots in here too, so that's also very useful.
Yeah.
TimLobo going to cover his steps here and get all this stuff out of here.
And in a much more efficient manner. Although I think he used his blue pot already, so. Still looking for the swamp small key. That's a big question mark. And the Dan Star big key.
Yep, 2 very important keys. Still missing them. Also, well, we don't.
So, I don't know if TimLobo knows this, but you can just like spin these guys with your tempered. It's much faster. You can kill almost all of them in one shot if you do it right.
Yeah, that room's a little tricky. I usually just go with hookshot strats in that room. But, yeah, I know a couple other rooms have very easy spin strats to deal with them. Let's see what's on Cold Steer here. Space Cowboy just cleaning up.
Oh, using the head strat there.
These 2 bonk rock checks coming up here.
So yeah,
Small
those are TimLobo decided to do spin in that room, so that was a little odd. Yeah.
More money under the bonk rocks.
So both these. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, let's see if that more money reminds him that he's still got Zora to go pay off.
I don't know where he's going right now.
Is he checking Lumberjack because he didn't earlier?
Oh, because he has the second castle tower key.
Yeah, just a heart container, so he's probably gonna get those 2 items out of the tower at least now.
Maybe. There's a few orphaned locations right now. Both runners have to go to the Eastern Palace area. Nope, he's just laughing in your face. He's not doing what you said he was going to do.
Yeah, where is he going?
Skull Woods, I guess.
Oh, yeah. No, he doesn't have the ice rod, though.
The fire rod, but he might still...
Fire rod. Why do I keep mixing those two up? They do completely different things.
So he has the boots, so there's a really easy way to line up this bomb jump. You just bomb. Also, I don't know why he's doing this bomb jump.
Yeah,
He had this. You only do this when you don't have hook shot, and even then, he could just drop down the hole. Like he has. I'm not 100% sure what he's going for with this.
Yeah. He's got the key. I don't think he was down there to check the chest yet. Unless he's... Oh, he's going this way to get this chest, I guess.
Oh, that's a lot slower. Weird routing. I know that leads to the
actually, you know what? I think it might be quicker if you can do that bomb jump quickly enough.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess if you practice the bomb jump enough to be able to get it consistently, then it will actually save you some time, but...
Space Cowboy checking the mid chest.
How did they get the key for that? I guess they did. I missed it.
And she's 20. And a small key to Dark Palace.
Yeah, that was our sixth key that Space Cowboy will need. TimLobo could do without it if he hasn't found the rest of them yet.
Space Cowboy.
Oh yeah, the other key is in pod, and he hasn't been in there yet, so...
Right.
He's got 5, he will find the 6th. He won't have to do any of the tricks. Looks like there were a couple that Space Cowboy left behind in Skull Woods here. Bit of a cleaner fight on Cold Stare for TimLobo there. Save him a bit of time.
Okay, Space Cowboy checking the right side of desert. The pod or eastern mid key would send Space Cowboy on the right path, I think.
Yeah.
The problem is if either of those items are in Turtle Rock. Oh, hey, look at that. At least going here is fine. Nope. Go back to Eastern, both of you. You know what? I'd like a logic that was like a tournament logic that actually did require some of the basic tricks that people know, and that would be much more interesting. That also took like what people would normally do into account. Like, I think it would actually improve the logic by quite a bit. Like, if you didn't need all 3 keys from Misery Mire to make Misery Mire like required,
Right.
or like actually took. Oh hey VTorp. Oh look. Wow, I didn't even know that there was a dev here. Now I'm gonna get grilled by VTorp, I'm sure. I just mean like that didn't like take the worst case scenario into account. Like Hyrule Castle, small key, weird logic thingy and stuff like that. But I know that like trying to define that is something that the devs probably do not want to do, and I do not blame you guys at all. But I do wish that the NMG bring back NMG logic. That's all. I miss the NMG logic. That was my favorite logic. Oh, that's not useful. Okay, come on, Space. Go back. Go to where Tim is.
But in the light world.
Yeah. What? Wait, what? You can't be picked up while dashing? I actually didn't know that.
I
Tower.
thought it was because he got hit by the enemy, but
Maybe. No, because I'm pretty sure you can be picked up while damaged. That was very strange.
yep. Let's see what's in the tower. There's not much we don't have yet.
Also, how is VTorp not mod? Wow, there's a lot of money in pod. There's like $900 in pod.
Oh, I missed where we found silvers too. A shield upgrade.
Oh, wow.
The useless key to Hyrule Castle.
Wow, that was a weird place for that key to be.
Yep.
It's not always useless, but it is in this seed. It feels much more useless. Like, doing Hyrule Castle early and then finding the small key in the first, like, part of Hyrule Castle, to me, in open, is usually, like, I'll try to do the whole dark room. Like, all the way to the back. Sometimes you get burned, obviously, because if you haven't checked everything and you do that, and then gloves are somewhere else, well, you just wasted all that time movement.
Yeah.
Ah, he's going. Okay, we're good. He's gonna feel real dumb. But both these runners are gonna get their important item at pretty much the same time. So
TimLobo will get his bow here though, and he should be able to clear pod while he's in here, I think.
yeah. So now that both runners have their bow, it's no, never mind. No, the key is over there. Oh, that's good. Never mind. This is not self-lockable. There we go. VTorp's mod here. That makes more sense because I'm pretty sure this is his channel, or at least like part owner. Still no bid key for the dungeon though, so you actually can't finish it. Oh, yeah, no bit key. So that Turtle Rock is gonna have a bunch of.
Oh,
like,
right, yeah, we didn't
keys.
find that yet. Yeah.
Turtle Rock is gonna have Swamp Palace small key, I think, and then Swamp Palace will probably have the rest. Like Turtle Rock and Swamp are still like, you still need the runners to go check them. Well, we need the runners to go check Turtle Rock now that they both have cane. And
Yeah.
Turtle Rock will probably have some big keys. Whatever you find in Turtle Rock will probably lead you to the rest. Because at this point, we've seen like every overworld and small point in the run. So I'd be very surprised.
I still don't think we've seen Zora yet.
You're right. Yeah, we haven't seen Zora, but that'll be like the last thing.
I think we checked everywhere else. Well, and Mimic Cave, if you count that as overworld, which it technically is, but yeah, no, it's in Turtle Rock, yeah.
No, anybody who does that is being very pedantic and trying to be intentionally obtrusive. I've seen people do that in commentary. It's like, no, come on, guys, let's be real.
Yeah, Mimic Cave is basically part of Turtle Rock.
I mean, for all logic cases, it is. Like, logically, it's not like it is that weird thing where if it's a Mimic Cave, Ganon does say, "Did you find this in Light World?" But
yeah, which is extra weird because you get at it from the Dark World, so it's like
right. But it is technically in Light World. It is just a weird little thing. I know the Entrance Shuffler, because of how weird it is, will actually give you an exact location. Actually, doesn't he now say, "Did you find this in Death Mountain?" I feel like he now specifically calls out Death Mountain. So it wouldn't even say Light World. I think it says Death Mountain. Yeah, he does. Okay, yeah, that was changed somewhat recently. He now says, "Did you find the light arrows, or did you find the silver arrows in Death Mountain?" For the cases that it's in Death Mountain, which is a little bit easier to figure out.
Well, yeah, that narrows it down a ton because there's only like 12 locations in Death Mountain instead of Light World or Dark World, which could mean like what is it, like 50 or something?
Light World's a lot of locations. Dark World isn't that many.
I guess yeah, there's a lot fewer in Dark World, but
like Sashrilla Hut and Moldorm Cave, like balloon and like Kakariko balloon that like number for Light World quite a bit. He's always said Death Mountain. Really? That's, I swear. Oh, okay. I swear I used to say Light World for Stars. I swear there was an old seed, but I'll believe the dev. When tournament information, Vitor?
oh, there was our silvers on Moldorm. Okay.
Spren, is it open or standard? That's all I want to know. Maybe there is no more tournaments. Vitor, the randomizer devs don't like us anymore. We are too mean during the main one. Wow, he slipped right past that. That was really cool. Pod chant. And before it's swordless. Silly Dead Rock.
And he dead rocks himself again.
It's just like, no, I'm leaving.
Take the cave reset.
Come on, Vitor. I promise I won't say anything to anybody. You can just tell us in the chat right now. There's like only like 40 people here. There's no way.
Not even. There's only 13 viewers.
Yeah. See, nobody will squeal. Come on. I don't even think Tim knows that this is Bamos. But my goodness, he's gonna be happy when it is.
Yep.
I can delete the recording. Good luck. No, I'll leave you alone. I was just waiting for them to get to Turtle Rock.
So we're still missing 5 big keys, and 4 of them are useful as we head into Turtle Rock here. I wonder how many we're gonna find.
Yeah, this place is, well, this and Swamp have so many locations.
Yeah, between here and Swamp.
That's like 22? Yeah, 22 locations between the two. With Space Cowboy already have checked in once. That's 21 locations. That's quite a lot. Oh, Space Cowboy wasn't far enough to the left there to do that trick.
I think too far to the left, actually. Or too far to the right, sorry. Yeah, not far enough to the left. Which is to say any amount to the left.
Yeah.
Because you just have to be basically not touching that wall. Even still, though, it's kind of tricky. Even if you get that hook, if you're not holding upright the whole time while you're doing the hook shot, then it can be tricky to get through. There's one big key. Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, that's useful. So that's right away something that, like, both these runners are basically tied now, which is interesting because they both were looking for a different item, and it allowed them to essentially come up against each other at the same point. Like, it was very weird. They took 2 very different paths because of one decision, which was no early Samaria for Space Cowboy, but then he decided to go to Pod early.
Yeah, they are pretty much exactly synced back up here. TimLobo in a slight lead, but I think they've got all the same items with most of the same locations checked, so...
Yeah, at this point, yeah, which is going to be a relief for Space Cowboy, because I bet he's feeling like, with picking up that Samaria so late.
Yeah, no, I would feel behind a little bit too, especially having made that extra trip through Mire. Or, well, the double dip, having to go back to kill off Vitreous. Oh, and was that another big key? That was the vanilla big key. Or, well, key 4 Turtle Rock in Turtle Rock. Not necessarily the big key location, but...
Doing the longer damageless way. So yeah, so with Red Mail though, you don't take much damage from those.
No. TimLobo took a few hits from these two though, so neither of them got through very clean. Check that chest since he's got all.
Oh yeah. So a thing to think about in this room: just don't slash anything. Just damage boost through them, because obviously slashing those guys gets you hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, that first room there was a bit tricky.
Wow, that vanilla key though is crazy. It's not purely vanilla, but vanilla dungeon.
Yeah, it's not something you almost ever expect. Unless you're down to that dungeon being your last open area.
Well, as of right now, I'm guessing that the logic requires the double dip because they don't have any items to make, like, the bridge in logic. So I'm betting that the bridge will have something, but it actually requires a double dip.
Yeah, that could be. They don't have the cape or Burna.
Or mirror shield. But they have 2 shields on Space Cowboy's side, so...
Yeah, they could run into a 3rd shield, and then that would be in logic. So yeah, I was pretty sure Space Cowboy checked a couple more locations. I guess that's where he found the shield in one of them.
Oh wow, Booker Medora. Well, that opens up 2 out of the way locations. Well, one out of the way right now, because once you leave Turtle Rock, you can just go quickly check the Ether Tablet.
Yeah, ether's pretty close. TimLobo losing a little bit of time in that crystal roller room.
Luckily, that doesn't reset.
The switch,
The
yeah.
switch, yeah.
Oh, he's going for the magic over here. I thought he would have taken the left side if he fell, but yeah. Not that the magic does him any good. He doesn't have any magic-based protection to get through the laser bridge. He's just gonna have to do a dash like that. That works.
Yep. If you know the dash, it's too low, but not like that. He's so if anyone's wondering why he's not flashing sometimes, I think he's playing at 30 FPS, which does
Not that he's playing at 30 FPS, but he's streaming at 30
Yeah.
FPS, so it doesn't show up on our restreams end.
you'll notice if somebody's not streaming at 30 FPS, it will cause issues with the sprites, just because the game does run at 60. The blinks happen every second frame, so sometimes the sprite will appear to be like not in damage boost mode.
Either not flashing or completely invisible.
Yeah. It's always an interesting thing that these games are, most Nintendo SNES games are, wow, that just knocked it off. That's pretty useful. Most games are 60 FPS. So there was only wow, this seat's actually bad, unless the man himself has something.
Nothing on laser bridge. That was interesting. TimLobo losing a lot of time. Space Cowboys actually caught up.
Yep. So one little thing that you can do, if you don't have powder and you really need the health to beat the boss, like not just your reset health, you can actually mirror out that exit. There's a cave that will give you... Oh no! That room got really dangerous all of a sudden. I don't know why he's not hitting the switch slightly below him.
Yeah, the switch... He just lost that little bit of lead he had.
Yeah. So both these runners basically have the same time. Now with the
there we go. Now we're synced back up.
Yeah.
Actually, perfect sync.
Almost.
Very close.
TimLobo won't be able to do it as quickly.
Oh yeah, only having tempered versus butter.
Trinet's actually treating him well. Didn't shoot out ice. Three swings and a hit. It's gonna take Tim a little bit longer. Oddity about Trinet's is his head is vulnerable during the first part. Probably some Coden weirdness, in that the head is like, and then it transfers the hitbox to the middle. I'm not actually 100% sure what the point, why that happens, but it's probably some weird Coden thing.
Probably. So what's left? We need the Ganon's Tower big key, we need the Swamp big key, the Swamp small key. I think that's it.
Oh! That's not what you want to do. Okay, so Bomo's tablet. Yes, the first chest to swap has been checked. Oh, yeah, going to pod is a good move. Kill Helmasaur, see what he's got. Zora's probably got like Swamp Small Key, and both these owners are going to feel supremely behind.
Well, I can't blame TimLobo for it too much, because he hasn't had the money. He hasn't really been putting it off for too long. Space Cowboy's had that money from pod forever, though. But yeah, they're both going into pod.
Space Cowboy almost forgetting, but...
Almost forgot to take the portal, yeah.
Is Tim not done? Oh, ditch at the mid chest as well. Good idea.
Yeah, not bad.
I haven't been playing too much open. I haven't played Keysanity since I dropped out of the tournament, so I can work on the volunteer aspect.
Yeah, I played one open a little while ago, I think, like during the first week of Keysanity, and I did a whole bunch of Keysanity pieces of practice, so I like forgot how to count chests and dungeons and...
I don't think he's getting... I don't think he's gonna get this. Is he got it? No, I think he's way too far to the right, I think.
I don't think your left-right positioning matters. It's just
I don't think it does. Yeah, you're right. Wow, there's a Swap Palace small key.
Huh, that's an interesting spot for it. And it looks like Space Cowboy's going straight to the back. That could bite him if he doesn't check that big chest. That could be huge.
I'm sure he'll check it. I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. So that's just the Ganon's Tower big key we need now, I think.
I would never gamble like that in a Keysanity match like this, where you've been getting everything in the last spot. Both these owners have double dipped a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still looking for the Eastern big key.
Yeah, you're still missing items for a while, even if you've got all the items you need. Like they're in item go mode, but they're still missing keys. They should still be checking every chest they come across at this point.
A really, really good way to lose is to not check items while you're in a dungeon.
Yep.
It's a really, really good way to lose like 10 minutes.
Let's hope Space Cowboy heads back
yeah,
in.
Eastern has a pendant, but yeah, I still wouldn't bet on it. Hey, so we'll see a Space Cowboy. It's also the grain pendant, so...
Yeah, that does hold an item.
I mean, I wouldn't check Eastern probably now that we're gonna be leaving.
Well,
Good, he is going back in, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good for him. We don't have the big key for Eastern Palace anyway, so they could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we had the big key and these guys like just left, I'd be very concerned for them.
Yeah.
That would be way too, like doesn't take long if they found.
No, yeah.
Big key here,
If they had the key, they definitely should clear it out because
if
Eastern Palace is not a long dungeon.
Yeah, if Eastern Big Key dropped off Helma, I'd definitely think, okay, let's go.
Tim's gonna take his key and go through swamp.
I'd check Bombos. I'm surprised Tim isn't checking Bombos.
Yeah, that would probably be a good one to check. Because if the key's there, then you could go mode swamp, and that would save you a bit of time.
It's hammering up saves time over going through the dark maze, as long as you can do it in under 31 buffers. So yes, it does save time.
It also saves you time if you're doing it to save a key, because being able to clear a pod with only 4 keys is a lot better than requiring the 5th or even 6th.
Oh. 31. It is an oddly specific number. It's only because I know the specific number that I know that oddly specific number. It's just because that's how long it takes. Each buffer and the movement. I also think it might be that in 31 frames, or in 31 pause buffers, you actually fall down. So if you had more time to do it, it would actually probably be more. Because it takes 45 seconds to do the walk with optimal movement, including dashing in there. So, and most people aren't dashing in that room. So it's probably closer to a minute for most people. So go on TimLobo for eking out like those extra times, especially with how close they are. I mean, he doesn't know that, but it's still a good habit to try to save as much time as possible. Ironically, in NMG, pod is actually something that you can like avoid doing, like learning, hammering up. If you learn like everything else and like ignore hammering up, it's actually something that a lot of runners will say to not worry about. Because it's 45 seconds and there's like so much more that you can optimize through just movement. Okay, so this is where we're gonna find out if Space Cowboy skipping left side is gonna.
Oh.
And if he is skipping left side, he might not be making the gamble. He might just be doing it this way.
You might, go back into the dungeon and do left side.
Which loses about a minute-ish over just doing the left side.
Oh, yeah, he's skipping.
Wow, okay.
Did he find his key?
Nope. He has not. He's just gambling.
That's a lot of gamble.
Yeah, that's a little.
Especially those basement keys there. They're not very far out of the way. That takes a long time to go back for.
Yeah, this is Yeah, this is a big risk. This is the win. If Tim finds the big key here, he wins. Like no stop. Like it is his game.
He's gonna be leaving behind 6 chests in Swamp Palace here.
No, he's leaving behind 9 chests in Swamp Palace. Sorry, 8.
Oh, did he only check
He
the
only
first two?
checked the first chest.
Oh,
and
he didn't
he's
even
gonna
get
check
that
this-
bomb room one
Nope.
on the side. Oh, Jesus, he's leaving everything. He must think he's in go mode.
Well, he must be just playing the numbers, which I don't know.
No,
So, yeah, this is...
I don't know why you would skip those chests if you didn't think you were in go
I
mode.
especially don't know why he skipped the bomb room and the... Oh, there's the...
Got a mushroom.
What if it's on mushroom?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Well, there's one more. And Bombos tablet, he's definitely not checking Bombos tablet if he's doing all this. Now, saying all that, it could be Eastern Mid Key in GT leads to it, and this is all moot. But if it is, then Space Cowboy's gonna probably maybe get a sub 10. Sorry, sub 2.
That was his 7th. I guess he's counting on finding it in Ganon's tower.
He is.
Interesting gamble. 9 chests for 22, 21. 22?
22.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've played open, I forget how many chests are in the basement.
So I don't know.
Oh, let's get our answer from TimLobo here, see if the swamp basement skip paid off.
Oh.
I missed what was in that south loop room. Probably nothing important.
Nothing. Oh my goodness.
There's another potential.
Oh, that's something you check. You mirror as soon as you open GT and you check that Hera chest.
Yup.
So I think that his path is to flute to the mushroom, hand it in, then go to Hera, or he's gonna go Bombos, mushroom, Hera, GT. I wouldn't say. I would opt to not say that it's not here. It might have been here in a weird form, in the form of the Hera small key, or in the form
Of the mushroom, yeah. A fetch quest to it. The start of your path to it. We could also see what's left. Shovel. We could find Shovel behind the mushroom or in the basement.
Oh, he doesn't know! He doesn't realize he doesn't have it!
Oh no!
He didn't make the gamble on purpose!
He's gonna get to that door in the next
Or
three
we
rooms
all
over there.
missed it. Or we all missed it.
Or we all missed it, but I don't think so.
I don't think so. That's big keys are pretty hype moment. Well, I again, as I said earlier in the cast, learning to hover is definitely not as important as learning how to do rooms correctly. That's why I was watching Author Blues before this, because him and Blunt Money were going over. He's gonna bonk right here.
Yep, there it is.
Oh no!
Flashes.
Just check everything in here. Just pray that you lucked.
Yep, pray that you find it in the basement. This is really your only hope at this point. Because he has to feel like he's behind now that he's left those locations behind in Swamp. Nothing on Bombos.
Is he gonna do Tower Room first? I don't know.
No, looks like he skipped the tile room. Tile room might even be one of those things that he clears out the rest of the basement and then doesn't bother to come back for that in opting to check the rest of the locations.
Wow, he's doing everything. Tim's doing everything.
Oh, we're gonna need our Pyramid Fairy check too, yep.
Again, that was locked behind Swamp.
Yep.
Let's not count doing like Swamp out. Small Tia Skull Woods. Oh hey, that's something we haven't done yet. Nobody's gone to Mothula yet.
Yeah, could be in the back on Mothula.
There's the single arrow.
Yeah, Space Cowboy's got to be feeling some kind of panic here.
Oh yeah. So since he didn't make this gamble intentionally, which I don't think any runner would with this much left. There's still so much on the overworld.
Yeah, well, like 9 locations in Swamp is pretty huge as it is. Small key to Mire and a bomb upgrade in Pyramid Fairy, nothing special there.
Yeah, and with that EP bid key, I mean, it might be required, but oh, that's one more room out. Yeah, don't charge in that room. This is a bad room to charge in. Okay, we're gonna get the mushroom hand in. Nobody should Zora even.
Yeah, we haven't checked Zora yet either. Imagine if it was sitting there the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
Cape and Ganon's Tower, that could lead him back to it. That might be an advantage for Space Cowboy here.
Who's gonna check Zora? Who's gonna remember they haven't checked Zora?
Not
Oh no, he's
TimLobo,
going.
he's flying away.
He's bet. Oh, Hera small key on the ether tablet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, whoops. Oh, here's the mirror shield.
There's our shovel in GT. And the cane. Bob's not holding out on us.
Oh my gosh, I've been muted for a very long time.
Oh no. Didn't get a mirror out. Check that Hera.
If anybody who was watching this missed the end of, or didn't catch Andy versus Ben, I only just found out that Andy actually won, which makes him 4-0. Which makes Ben 3-1, not like this for everyone. Oh, and Space Cowboy is now checking the tile room. So Tim, again, this is, if you're wondering, as we mentioned earlier, Tim is obviously streaming at 30 FPS, because we're doing some weird sprites here, where he's sometimes invisible. Nope.
There's our second small key for Castle Tower. Could go kill Aga.
Oh, he didn't mirror bonk, huh?
Yeah, that was weird. I thought he was gonna for sure.
So it's a double dip. I think Eastern is the best place to go from here. That's 2 items.
Oh yeah, they got the big key. Where was that?
In GT. Right there. Starwoods is also pedestal. You can still be on pedestal. Oh no.
That's... Huh.
They got the book so late. Why would they have ever checked pedestal with a Starwood pendant? That's like all the recipe. Well, and we still have Zora. I actually, honestly, at this point, don't think either of our runners remember not doing Zora. But 2-hour ped check height? Yep. Oh, no. Oh, okay. He can't actually get back. That's the problem.
Yeah,
he should have just
lost his
stayed there.
farm.
Yeah, he should have just stayed on there, right there. Nope. Okay. So
Just
Eastern.
Geocache.
So he's not going to be able to hit that portal, so I wonder if he'll opt to go to Eastern. Oh! Oh! Oh, we're sticking out just enough that he can get. But he's going to bump back in. Which means I don't think he can actually... Okay. Whoa!
He's fighting for that portal.
If
I don't
he keeps
think he's
moving,
gonna get it,
he
though.
can. If he keeps moving forward, he can.
I'll wiggle his way in.
Yeah, technically this is a major glitch, but I don't think anyone's gonna like...
Oh, we got
Yeah,
to.
technically that was a major glitch, but I don't think anyone's gonna ban him for that. There's a very bad application of a major glitch.
He didn't go out of bounds with it. It was kind of an accidental thing, so I don't think he'll hold it.
No, I don't think anybody would, but I'm just pointing out, it's funny that is technically a major glitch. But he gained no progress from it, so that generally, to stay consistent with the rules, that's not actually a problem. Because there's a few major glitches you can trigger by accident, like you can, with super speed, fall out of Death Mountain. Very easily, actually. It's extremely easy to do. So, an unsuspected, like, any knowledgeable person would like, not end up in the spot that you can fall out of Death Mountain. But, like, we're not gonna, like, ban somebody because they accidentally triggered Death Mountain descent. Yeah, it's technically a mirror clip. He was technically doing mirror clips. But that's basically the same thing that you do in to get to Meyer without the flute. It's pretty much the exact same thing. YBA is another major glitch you can pull off by accident. I've seen people do the fake flute a few times.
Quake on Mothula, interesting.
Not useful, so it's probably Eastern. Space might go to Swamp first, though.
Yeah, he could go back to Swamp. He's got a lot of items in there. There's also probably a few items he didn't check, like TimLobo did. Bombos, Pyramid Fairy, Mushroom, I think was in Swamp as well. He's also got the shovel, and I think we already checked Mirror Ledge. That was nothing, but he's got the shovel spot he could dig up, which would be an advantage for him at this point.
Yeah, he's gonna go check Swamp. And Bombos, probably.
Going over to Bombos first. Nice. Save a little bit of time that way. I think.
I don't know why, if he was gonna do the cape thing, why he spent all that time
Dodging them in the first place.
Yeah, just because, yeah, this is a nice little trick. If you're holding on to... Oh, he's ready to... Oh, no, never mind, he moved. I thought that he was still there. No, he is gonna hope. I think at this point he's thinking that since Tim's not done, it's not at Swamp. Which is a
Right,
good,
that
like,
makes sense, yeah. It could be an Eastern.
he's hoping that his opponent didn't make the same mistake as him, which is correct. That's a good way to play 1v1, is to just think logically about if you make a mistake like this, you can recover time by doing this. Yeah, it's definitely a double dip at this point. So it's gotta be EP or Zora.
Yeah, we still haven't checked Zora. Be hilarious if they get through Eastern Palace here, don't find it yet. Because I think that's the only thing left after Eastern's done. We cleared
Well,
out.
they haven't shoveled either.
Yeah, and the shovel spot.
And... Oh, there it is.
Big key chest,
Yeah,
okay.
force double dip. And Tim is also checking pedestal.
Yeah, he could have still been in this if he went straight for Eastern Palace, but now he's probably gonna start getting too far behind now that Space Cowboy's on his way.
So I wonder if he'll go to EP or if he'll go to Skull. Same amount of items between the two. Oh yeah, he's going to do Skull first. That makes sense. Oh no!
No, he's fluting out of there. Probably gonna go for
7? Oh, he hasn't done Desert left side or right side, so he's ready as Golden Sword.
right. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna get his other sword upgrade here, but not the key he's looking for. Hopefully, he goes to Eastern next.
So yeah, Space Cowboy's trying to climb the tower. Save and quit from TimLobo. We'll see where he goes from here. Shovel, and then maybe flip to Eastern. Eastern just makes the most sense. It actually, I was wrong. They don't have the same items because Eastern's green. So it's actually got 3 items at it, so it's the better choice over Skull. Just doing the damage boost strat. Okay, and now starting the gauntlet. Decent RNG for the first room. Now, the best way to do this is to just pick up pots and launch them at people. These guys dodge sword attacks.
The hitbox's a little wonky for bows too. As you can see, the arrows sometimes go right through their heads.
Well, heads are never really hitboxes in games.
I guess, yeah, no,
At
it
least
is.
not 2D games, they're not usually hitboxes.
Yeah, it's mostly the body sprite. The
Yep.
head's kind of just an extra visual effect added on top. But still, though, it's kind of annoying to see a shot that looks like it, hits.
Yep.
I mean, vertical-wise, it looks like that's right in the middle of the sprite, pretty much, and you see an arrow go through them.
Yeah, the design reason as to why heads are not usually like hitboxes in 2D games like this is well, first your character hitbox would be huge, and that would be unfortunate. But also that it makes sense when you think on a 3D plane is that if you're shooting at somebody from left to right and you shoot to where their head is in this game, well, their head is still on the square where their body is.
Right, yeah, you're still shooting horizontally up the tile,
that's the design. That's why the best way to play a bullet hell is to they always say you play bullet hells by looking at your body, or the direct center of your body, because that's in bullet hells. That's your wins are never a damage hitbox in the Toho games and stuff. It's always the center of your body. So like most good players actually just know the patterns of the levels in those kinds of games, or the patterns of the bosses, and they'll know where everything should be, and they'll just be staring straight at their hitbox.
Another thing is it's more noticeable versus the Link sprite, because Link is a pretty square sprite. His head doesn't stick up that much. Meanwhile, Stalfos is extra. The head is a whole extra tile almost.
Yeah, yeah. Link's a bit stockier, but you definitely see a lot of optimal movement in this game involves like having like soldiers' swords stuck in your head. So it becomes blatantly obvious there. The good one is the Sanctuary screen.
It's on Zora here from TimLobo.
Oh, it's a small key somewhere. Oh, okay.
Ice Palace.
Dane.
I think that's most of the keys.
Yeah, I think we have pretty much everything on Lobo's side. Like we're getting every location except for these top parts in Ganon's tower.
The only locations I think that won't be checked, at least across both of the runners anyways, is Armos Knights.
Yep, and the Green Pendant.
Sahasrah's turn in and
no,
spot.
He's doing swap first. He doesn't want to believe in the double dip. He wants to believe he screwed up. I don't blame him, but yeah, on to Agenum. Oh, that's a cool double Atch. I don't know if he intended that.
Yeah, that looks.
That was another good double. Would have been a double if it wasn't blue balls. He just has to get one hit here. Got lucky it wasn't a. That was an awful pattern. There's no way he was getting that.
Double single.
Yeah.
So Space Cowboy moving on to his Ganon fight, and TimLobo heading to Mothula. Won't find what he's looking for there, unfortunately.
Nope.
It's a shame. This race was real close coming into Ganon's tower the first time, but then we had some roading decisions after that, still looking for stuff. And
yeah.
That's where victory was decided.
I definitely would have gone on the assumption it was a double dip, and so I probably would have checked Eastern first, or Shovel. Shovel probably, because you can't flute. You can flute to Eastern easier than you can flute to Shovel. So I would have just walked Shovel and then.
Yeah, I mean they're really both accessible from 4. You could flute to 4, do your shovel check real quick, and then just run from there to Eastern Palace. Wouldn't be too much.
No, you definitely flute to 5.
I guess, yeah, if you're gonna be all the way over there, but. Space Cowboy making quick work of this fight with the gold sword.
Unfortunately, misses that hit and then misses the torch light, so you should really switch to torch. Oh, that's
Oh
not
yeah,
gonna let him get a double.
he's running a little low on magic. You're right.
I don't know if he has... Oh, he does actually have blue. If you know exactly what you're doing, Torch Glitch, you can actually do it faster without Torch Glitches. You can set up triples a lot easier. So with that, Space Cowboy has finished with a time on SRL of 2 hours, 15 minutes, and 45 seconds. And with that, I'm just going to excuse myself for a minute.
Okay. Let's see if Space Cowboy wants to come in for an interview here. He'll be with us in just a minute. Tim finally on his way to Eastern Palace. He'll find what he's looking for here once he gets to the big chest. And welcome, Space Cowboy. GG.
Thank you very much. That was a frustrating scene.
I'll bet your short little trip up the top of Ganon's tower the first time there gave you a little rude awakening.
Yeah, I'd completely forgotten about the whole GT big key being needed thing.
Yeah, we were
be
kind of
honest with
worried
you.
when we saw you starting to skip everything in Swamp.
Yeah, that's kind of why, after I realized I didn't have the key and it didn't turn up in the tower, instead of going back to Swamp, I'm like, well, I have no idea where Tim's at, but he's going to check everything in Swamp, unless he's
Yep.
found it elsewhere.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was something that Zelnus had postulated, that the reason you didn't go back there is because you assumed that, you know, Tim might have made the same mistake or something like that, and just, you know, kept going.
Yeah, there's no reason for you to assume your opponent made the same mistake, especially one that like big, just because obviously, that he would way over already been done if it was Swamp.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I hadn't seen it done yet. You know, I'd cleared all the GT. Well, I'm like, well, the chances of it being in Swamp are probably minimal because I know Tim, he's a decent player, probably on the same level as I am. So obviously, if it was in Swamp, I would have been beaten.
Right, and
you were very close to synced heading into Ganon's tower that first time.
honestly, if it wasn't Swamp, you would have lost by like quite a lot. Because he wasn't too far behind you. Like you were still doing like the left side of GT when he entered. So if he already had the bid key, he actually did all of the overworld before even going to like GT, except for like Zora and like the stuff
Yeah,
that was in GT.
neither of you checked Zora until the very end. Tim just checked Zora recently, but yeah, you guys left that for a long while. And we were starting to wonder if maybe, you know, the key was just sitting there the whole time.
Yeah, the one time I went there, I didn't have the rupees for it, so I'm like,
Yeah.
by the time it was, oh crap, where's the big key? It's not in GT anywhere. I was basically making plays. I knew Eastern Palace was GT locked. I knew the pedestal was GT locked. Between Swamp and Eastern, or Skull and Eastern, excuse me, 2 items either way.
Yep.
So I gambled Skull first, got the knowledge, just couch cash. Had a little bit of issues with the portal there. That was fun.
Yeah, that was interesting little bit of accidental major glitching.
It took a little bit of finagling to get the portal to put me back out where it wasn't just automatically spitting me back to the light world.
Yeah.
But that seed, I was like, Swamp Palace key, Swamp Palace key. Awesome, I got Swamp Palace key. It was in pod. I'm set. Let me zoom.
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah. Like I said, though, it was literally a gamble. I knew if, he'd already gone where it was, then I was done over. He won. So I figured I'd check places that I knew were GT locked.
Yeah, good call, actually, because, yeah, you probably would have found it. I think he did check pretty much everything other than Zora before heading up to Zora, or up to GT. He took the mushroom out of Swamp, turned that in. He took the big bomb from getting the 5/6 crystal out of Swamp, turned that in.
Oh, TimLobo missed the charge, but luckily the RNG in that room actually worked out for him. Yeah, he's having a very good gauntlet actually.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it up now, see where he's at. Okay.
He's just entering Landmolus too.
Yep. Also, the
Ooh, tried to go for a risky silver shot there, but did not land. There's a setup you can get pretty much 100%. It's like you can one cycle Landmolus to a silvers like pretty often.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I came in, had never found half magic, so it's just you wait for that first fireball, and it's 1, 2, 3, done.
Yeah.
But what a seed! It was definitely a troll.
Yeah. That means you guys go all over the place. The big thing that separated you guys for a while is that Tim had done Eastern very early, so he had Samaria when you guys were kind of doing the opposite thing. Like you had the bow, but he had Samaria. So you had gone to pod way before he did. So neither of you had a reason to go to pod or Eastern.
Whenever I found the cane in Eastern, I went something that I'm not supposed to repeat on live air, to say the least. It was not very pleasant. I thought that was it for me, pretty much. So
Yeah,
honestly,
it was.
I don't know. I would have thought
back for a bit, but
you didn't think like, well, man, that bow was in the worst spot. So maybe I'm fine.
nope. It was like, here's the red cane. I have almost everything for T-Rock. I pretty much have everything for Meyer because I'd already cleared everything. I knew, I had the ability to open T-Rock, and so to me, red cane was, well, that's potentially a nail in the coffin. I did not think I was going to come back from that. And it ended up being a massive derp that saved me in the end, apparently.
Yeah, with Tim's almost done. Oh, as he's almost getting knocked off by Lobo. I do want to remind, if anybody somehow got here, doesn't know 100% what this channel means or what they're doing, which considering the channel we're on, I don't know. But if you're watching this VOD later, maybe, this is a Lens to the Best randomizer, and you can play it at vt.alttp.run, and there's a flourishing community at the Discord, which I think is just discord.gg/link to the ALTTP randomizer now. So you should join that and join the races for all skill levels, because more people is always good.
It was really fun. The first sword, 4.38 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, there were a couple nice real early swords there.
Nice triple.
Very good add to 2 fight. Yeah, that early sword really helped the routing out a bit. The game pretty much always gave you a sword upgrade when you needed it, honestly.
Yeah, and what was it? Thieves Town went in with Fighter. I wasn't too worried about that. There wasn't really anything I'd say I did too terrible that I felt about execution-wise. I just had a couple of derps a few times, but
Yeah, execution was good. It's just the routing was. There's a couple.
Yeah,
You didn't need to make that early Meyer dip. Could have done that in one trip, which Tim did.
Yeah, that Eastern was definitely a bit crux on your run, but luckily you didn't have to do that much extra beyond that. The vanilla Turtle Rock key really smoothed the seed out, actually, I think quite a lot. Without that, the seed would have probably been another 10-15 minutes, depending on where the key was.
oh, easily. I got the key and I'm like, well, I had planned on, checking Mimic Cave and then mirroring out. And I think at that point it was go to Woods or Pot.
Oh!
Just barely didn't fall there.
Oh, wow. Yep.
Oh, you could have gotten a double there. Rip.
Looks like he's just about done, though.
Yeah.
Just a couple more hits here.
If you got on the hitbox that we talked about earlier, I think Ganon is the worst defender. Just shoot straight through the upper half of his body.
Yeah.
You have to shoot him in the knees, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's probably, as big as he is. He's in pig form, so he's probably as big as, Puppet Ganon is in Ocarina of Time, which is, 3 times the size of Link. But that is GG. TimLobo with the 227.51. Congratulations to him. Yeah, Pig Ganon is supposed to be towering over Link, so it made sense that you have to shoot him kind of low. Ugh. Now with that, make sure that you are following all 4 Speed Gaming channels and all 4 of these channels, as well as the 4 Randomania channels, as that's where this tournament can be. Now, tomorrow there will be a lot of matches at 9 to 10 o'clock. Some of them may move around within an hour. That's being figured out. Runners are being contacted, so that as many matches can be on Speed Gaming, because we only have limited staff. And hello, TimLobo. You are muted.
I am muted.
Congratulations on the finish.
Thank you. And GG, Space Cowboy.
Yeah, so do you want to hear what gave me the edge over you, Tim?
Oh, God, do I ever.
So I got the Swamp Palace small key and thought that I was good to go. So I go moded all of Swamp, went up to GT, realized I didn't have the big key when I hit to the door, checked all of GT, and then went, well, Tim's going to go full clear Swamp, so I'll go everywhere else where we couldn't yet.
Oh, that's clever. That's awesome.
Yeah, so he didn't do the mushroom check. He didn't do the pyramid fairy check.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, I just couldn't figure out if it was I should have had it before, or if this full GT clear was necessary.
Yeah, but the GT Big Key was GT locked. Go figure.
And honestly, with the time difference, if you look at it, with all the stuff that you did because of not knowing you had the big key, versus Space Cowboy doing everything related to Ganon's Tower, you would have won by a good 5 minutes, probably, if more, possibly more than that.
That close.
You guys were very, very close. Once you guys both went to the pod area. Once you got the pod bid key at like the same time. You for the bow and him for the Cane of Samaria, which he didn't have for most of the run.
I didn't get the cane until about an hour 35 into the game.
Oh, word.
Yeah, which he had double dipped Meyer, which was the main time loss to you. That's about where I was thinking, wow, Tim pulled way ahead here. As long as he goes back to pod in a timely manner, he'll be good. Didn't really go back in a timely manner, but it made the race a lot closer.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know what was before pod. I always forget my races after I'm done with them. So you have to jog my memory where that.
Pod Bidkey was in Turtle Rock.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, I did the full clear of Turtle Rock, and then
Yeah, both you guys went to Turtle Rock at like the same time, and were back and forth throughout Turtle Rock.
yeah, I had that.
Oh wait, no, it wasn't in Turtle Rock. It was in Meyer or Dead. No, I
No,
can't remember.
the Turtle Rock Big Key was in pod.
Oh, okay.
The Turtle
Right.
Rock Big
No.
Key was in Turtle Rock. The pod I think was in there too, because
Yeah,
I remember
that's
getting.
right. The pod.
Oh,
key
I
was
remember
getting the
Turtle Rock. Both,
Yeah.
both those big keys were in
Pod
Turtle
Key
Rock.
was fire rod locked east side in the entrance.
Right.
Yeah. And I had thought about it, like, oh, good, I've got pod. I'll duck out, and then I was like, let me just do Turtle Rock while I'm here. And I didn't have the big key, and then the next chest was the big key, and I was like, all right, this works.
Did you almost dip out of TR whenever you found the pod key? I almost did.
Oh god, yeah. I was like, all right, let's do that, and then figure it out from there. But I wanted to just take care of things while I was there.
Yeah, I was worried because I know people do that all the time. Oh, I found progression partway through this long dungeon. Let's abandon it. I remember there was a weekly. It was one of the. It was the tiebreaker match in the open tournament. The people who went to Turtle Rock early, which most people did, who placed well, they did the whole. Anybody who did the whole thing are the people who won. Everybody else only did part of the dungeon, and it kicked them.
Yeah, that's one of those like split second decisions where I figured there's way more in Turtle Rock to check, like chests wise, versus at that point I was just going back for Helmasaur and the big chest.
Right.
Well, good race, Tim. It was definitely a troll E seed. Not the worst, but up there.
Yeah, definitely. I was trying my best not to overthink it, but
It's okay. Just go back to open. You don't have to overthink anything there.
I'm looking forward to being done with Keysanity. This journey's one and done.
I'm 0-4, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. I like the insanity, the sanity part, the insanity part of Keysanity.
Well, with that, I don't think there's much more. I think that we can end it here and say our goodbyes. So my name is Zelness.
My name is X-Rock.
Make sure to follow the runners, which weren't updated, I guess. So, Melee Wizard was the tracker. Dawn and Arc was our restreamer. Have a good night, everyone.